Okay, in this lesson, I'm going to show you a little bit of formatting. Well, if we take a look at the cells here, in the first column, the name fits except for T. McAllister doesn't quite fit in the cell. So I might want to make this cell a little bit wider. To do that, I move my cursor between the A and the B, and it becomes a double-headed pointer, and I can drag and make that cell wider. The next thing I might want to do is to make it easier to read, I might want to add some color for the background of the cell. To do that, I'll highlight row 4, and from the paint bucket, I'll select a nice light color with good contrast. Now I could do the same thing over and over again for each row, but I want to keep the same font, the same style, the same everything on all the rows. So what I can do is I can leave this row highlighted, and then on the home ribbon, you'll notice there's a paintbrush. If I highlight over it, you'll see it's called the Format Painter. And what it does is it will copy the formatting of one place to another. So let me show you how this works. I'll click on the Format Painter, and you'll see the lines go dotted. And then in row 6, I want it to be the same, and so I just highlight row 6, and it will be the same. It'll change the same font, the same style for everything that is similar. Let me show you again. Highlight a row, click on the Format Painter, and highlight this other row, and instantly it's painted with the same style. Now, a great time when I might want to use it is the top. I wanted this to all be bold and maybe a larger font, maybe even larger, I guess that's fine, and possibly even a background color for my heading. And I'll select maybe a red for the heading. And that's maybe what I want, and I wanted to do it all. And if I wanted to do the whole section, I could highlight this row, click on Format Painting, and I could paint these as well. I'm not going to do that. One of the things I want to show you, and students often will come to me with this problem, is for test number 1, what I want to do is I would like this particular cell to say test 1 and then the date underneath October 21st. But when I do that, you'll notice it just goes sideways. And really what I want to do is I want to have this on 2 lines. So how do I put text on 2 lines? Because when I press enter, it just means accept the data in the function bar. It's like pressing the check mark in the function bar. So what I want to do is I'm going to type test number 1, October 21st, and what I want to do to separate the two is I'm going to click in front of the O in October, and I'm going to press Control Enter, or sorry, Alt Enter. And what it then does is puts it on a second line, and that's really what I wanted to have. And actually, this was supposed to be, I think, October 12th. So I'm going to erase this row here by deleting it, and I can shift the cells up. Okay, so now for my heading, what I'm going to do for each of these is to put the appropriate days by pressing Alt and Enter, and then I can put the dates in that I wanted. Notice if it's not wide enough, this column's not wide enough, it's going to put it on a separate line, so I can adjust the lines like so. Okay, one last thing I wanted to do is show you that when I format the numbers, the format here had 2 decimal places. And for doing letter grades, in a class, we only have grades go from 86 to 100 is the A, 73 to 85 is a B, and so forth. We don't have decimals. So what I can do, notice this is 85.50. That would be classified as an A at this school because 86 is a grade for an A. So I want it to round up. And the nice thing, if I select these numbers and I right click and I go format cells, I can tell it to do 0 decimal places. So I change the decimal place to 0. And the 85.5, when I press OK, you're going to see the 85.5 is going to move to an 86.